Hi, Kipsters. Happy Monday. Do you think you remember what this 3D shape would be called? So look at the chart and think, what shape is this? I'm looking at it. I think it's a cylinder because it has two circle faces and it's round. So it's a cylinder. Today we're going to be reviewing 3D shapes, but this time we're going to make composite 3D shapes. And if you remember, composite means when we put shapes together to make a bigger shape. But this time we're going to use our 3D shapes. So what I'm going to have you do is see if you can find 3D shapes around your home to use for later. But for now, what you can use is a pencil and a paper to try and draw the 3D composite shapes that I made. So that you can use this to help you later to find 3D shapes around your home. All right, hipsters, so I'm going to have you guess what 3D shape I made. So you should have a pencil and a paper so you can draw it out. Okay, so I'm going to describe a shape, a 3D shape, and then I'll describe another one. I want you to try and draw what this composite shape might look like. So listen carefully. Right, so for the first one, I put a cube flat, and then I took a cone and I put it on top of the cube with a circular face facing down. So again, I have a cube and then I took a cone with the circular face facing the top of the cube. Do you think you can draw this 3D composite shape? If you think you can, pause the video and draw that shape. Then come back and check if your composite shape matches what I was able to make. All right, let's check. So this is the composite shape that I made. Remember, I said I had a cube facing down with a cone right on top with a circular face facing the top of the cube. Kiss your brain if you were able to also make that composite shape that I made. All right, let's see if you can figure out this one. This one's a little trickier. This time I had a rectangular prism. So try and remember what a rectangular prism looks like. I had the rectangular prism with the longest face facing down. So again, the longest face facing down. Then I took a cube and I put it in the middle of the prism. So again, I took a cube and put it in the middle of the prism. Then I took two cones and I put them with the circular faces down at the end of the prism. So one on each end. So again, I took two cones and put one on each end of the prism. I'm going to repeat it one more time and see if you can draw this 3D composite shape that I made. So I have a rectangular prism with the longest face facing down. And then I took a cube and I put it in the middle of the rectangular prism. Then I took two cones and I put one on each end of the rectangular prism. Let's see if you were able to figure out what this 3D composite shape looks like. Kipsters, does your composite shape look just like this? If it does, pat yourself on the back if you were able to draw and picture what this 3D composite shape looks like. So remember, 3D shapes you can find anywhere around your home or when you take a walk outside. There are so many 3D shapes that you can find in lots of different places. For now, let's see if we can figure out what this Kipster Maria, the 3D composite shape that she was trying to make. So instead of using actual 3D shapes, we're just going to try and draw it out. But if you already have your 3D shapes ready, you can try and make her structure that she made. So let's see what she was trying to make. So Maria's structure has the following. She has one rectangular prism with the shortest face touching the table. So with her rectangular prism, the shortest face is touching the table. Then she has one cube on top and to the right of the rectangular prism. Okay, so she has one cube on top and to the right of the rectangular prism. Then she has one cylinder on top of the cube with the circular face touching the cube. And remember, we are trying to draw or make it with actual 3D shapes, this structure that she tried to make. All right, so pause the video just like before and then come back and check if you made the same 3D structure that Maria made. All right, so let's see what shape she was able to make with her 3D shapes. All right, Kipsters, does yours look like this? Remember, she had one rectangular prism with the shortest face touching the table. She then had one cube on top and to the right of the rectangular prism, and one cylinder on top of the cube with a circular face touching the cube. Does your shape look just like this? If it does, give yourself another pat on the back for being able to make the composite 3D shape that Maria made. Your job now is just like Maria, is to try and make a structure out of 3D shapes. So I put this chart right here to help you find 3D shapes around your home. So for each 3D shape that we have, I gave you examples of different things you can find to try and make this structure. So for example, with a rectangular prism, if you want to find a rectangular prism, you can use a cereal box, a juice box, a hardcover book. So try and find all these 3D shapes and then make a structure just like Maria made one. She made one up. So use your 3D shapes to make up a 3D structure. Ask someone at home to take a picture of your structure. If you are unable to take a picture, that's okay. You can just draw it out and then send that to your teacher, because very soon we're going to move on to a different type of math subject, no longer about shapes. So you want to show your teacher that you are now becoming an expert on shapes. So send them your 3D structure that you made. See you tomorrow, Kipsters.